They thought they were about to arrest a little black boy for stealing. They didn't know his father was the chief of police and he was watching everything. The late afternoon sun painted the grocery store parking lot in golden hues. 9-year-old Nathaniel Nate Carter was bursting with energy, darting across the sidewalk with his toy car, giggling as it rattled against the cracks in the pavement. Just a few steps away stood his father, Chief Elijah Carter. Tall, commanding, in a crisp dress shirt with his badge tucked out of sight. He leaned against his car, phone to his ear, speaking in the clipped tone of a man used to giving orders. But even while his words were sharp, his eyes softened as they tracked every move of his son. To the world, Carter was a seasoned police chief who had seen it all. To Nate, he was simply Dad, the man who always made him feel safe. As they stood there, an elderly white woman, frail but proud, shuffled past with her handbag clutched tightly at her side. She fumbled with the strap, and in an instant the purse slipped. Coins clattered, tissues scattered, and a lipstick rolled across the sidewalk, stopping near Nate's shoe. The boy's instincts were immediate. He bent down, scooped up the lipstick, and reached for the loose coins. "Ma'am, you dropped this," he said, his voice bright and polite. But the woman froze. Her wrinkled face hardened, eyes narrowing, not at the items but at the boy holding them. Fear twisted her features into something sharp. "Thief!" she shrieked, snatching Nate's wrist with surprising strength. "This boy tried to steal my purse!" The world seemed to pause. Customers near the grocery entrance turned. Carts rattled to a stop. A mother held her child closer. Nate's wide brown eyes shimmered with confusion. "No, I was just helping," he cried, struggling gently against the old woman's grip. From across the lot, Chief Carter straightened, phone call forgotten. He took a step forward, but before he could reach them, sirens wailed. Red and blue lights strobed across the storefront. A patrol car swerved and braked hard. 2 white officers jumped out, hands resting on their belts. They saw only one thing, an old woman clutching a black child, accusing him of theft. "Step back, kid," one barked. "Ma'am, don't worry, we'll handle this," the other assured, moving closer. The old woman thrust Nate forward like evidence. "That's him! Arrest him! He tried to steal from me!" Chief Carter was already striding toward them, his voice steady but firm. "That's my son. He didn't steal anything. He was helping her." But the officers didn't turn toward him. Instead, one raised a hand. "Sir, back away. We don't need interference." Carter's jaw tightened. He could see Nate trembling, tears brimming. His boy was being treated like a criminal. The crowd was growing, a mixed group of witnesses, some whispering, some recording on their phones. Their murmurs rippled like wind in tall grass. One officer pulled out his handcuffs. The metallic clink echoed, cold and final. "Kid, hands behind your back." Nate sobbed. "But I didn't do anything." Chief Carter's voice dropped steel beneath calm. "You will not put handcuffs on my son." The taller officer turned sharply, squaring off. "And who exactly are you to tell us how to do our job?" The air was electric now. The crowd pressed closer, drawn to the unfolding clash. Chief Carter stepped between his son and the officers, his posture unflinching. "I am his father, and I saw everything. He was helping, not stealing." The shorter officer sneered. "Sir, obstructing an investigation is grounds for arrest. Do you want to be taken in too?" Gasps rippled through the crowd. A black father protecting his child, now being threatened with arrest. Chief Carter tilted his head, studying them with piercing calm. "You'd arrest me? Right here, in front of all these people?" The taller officer stepped closer, hand brushing the cuffs at his belt. "If you don't step aside, yes, both of you." Silence gripped the crowd. The old woman's face was pale now, caught between stubbornness and doubt. Phones were raised, recording every second. Slowly, deliberately, Chief Carter reached into his jacket. The officers stiffened, hands hovering near their holsters. But instead of a weapon, he pulled out a gold badge. The polished shield glinted in the fading sun. "I am the chief," Carter said, his voice cutting through the tension like a blade. "And you just threatened to arrest me for defending my son against a false accusation." The officers froze, their confidence shattered. The crowd erupted in murmurs. "He's the chief? Oh my God!" From the edge of the crowd, a young mother spoke firmly. "I saw it. The boy was only helping." A man in a work jacket nodded. "Yeah, he didn't steal anything. That's the truth." Others chimed in, voices growing louder. "She's lying. The kid's innocent." The tide had turned. The truth was undeniable. The elderly woman's grip on her purse faltered. Her shoulders slumped. Her eyes welled. I made a mistake. I was wrong." She looked at Nate, trembling. "Can you forgive me?" Chief Carter placed a steady hand on his son's shoulder. His eyes, usually hardened by years in law enforcement, softened for his boy. "That's not my decision," he said quietly but firmly. "It's his." Nate wiped his tears. The world was watching. The crowd, the officers, even the woman who had accused him. He hesitated, then slowly extended his small hand. "I forgive you," he whispered. The old woman broke down, clutching his hand in both of hers. "Thank you, child. Thank you." As father and son stood together, the sun dipped lower, casting golden light across the store entrance. The crowd dispersed, shaken but enlightened. The officers lowered their heads, shame etched on their faces. The old woman clung to Nate's forgiveness like a lifeline. And Chief Carter pulled his son close, voice low enough only for him to hear. "Never let anyone tell you who you are because of the color of your skin. You showed more strength today than most grown men." The boy smiled faintly, the fear melting away. In that moment, the flashing lights faded, and the truth, not power, not prejudice, became the brightest light in the parking lot.